Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for degree 18, 9 numerology. I act second decan, which is Venus, before we move into the third decan. My apologies for recording this later than usual. For those of y'all overseas, I will plan on getting the rest of the week on time. But today we take action off of relevant information we've decided on. And there's a split that's occurring, just like the mutable sign nature of this sign, where you're aligned with truth or you're aligned with disinformation. And unfortunately, a lot of disinformation is coming from what should be credible sources, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not man-made sources that you get your information from. Man-made sources are meant to supplement your research. The true source that we really get info from is up above. This is why a lot of powers that be want to discredit the nature of channeling and intuition, because they want you to get your sources from them. And so they're going to make up bullshit articles and science articles about how intuition is bullshit and channeling is bullshit. But there's no excuse, my friends. You have had your own experiences, so you can never say that, well, this person told me it wasn't true, because at the end of the day, the one that makes decisions in your life is you. Don't be afraid of social normative pressures making you feel weird for living your authentic truth and following your heart. Okay, it's not enough to just follow your heart. You need to balance with your intellect. It's not enough to just think logically. You need to balance it with your heart. This is facts. And as long as you're ready to establish that before we move into the third decade where the war truly begins, Godspeed.
Bitch, I be smoking every minute. Flex. Bitch, I be smoking every minute. Yeah, fight boss, you can tell I'm lit. That's right. Yeah, fight boss, you can tell I'm lit. Alright.
Well, we're going to have the moon coming out of Capricorn as we kicked off this gauntlet and going into Aquarius. The truth as you know it is transforming. The way you really think about everything you know to be true is transforming, and this is about to come into light. Knowledge is going to sustain a lot of the information we've come into. This is the first Gemini season we've had with the moon and Saturn in Aqua, and next year it's going to be with Jupiter. So this is very, very, very important. A lot of information that is iffy and you're not sure if it's true, you're going to know it's true next year. So just save yourself time and believe it now, okay? The moon going over Saturn is going to bring counter information, because Saturn retrograde in this nebulous place will manifest negative experiences. Negative experiences squaring the uniqueness and innovation of Uranus and Taurus to really make you doubt what you're uncovering. And let's break this down scientifically, because I'm very tired of being an expert in this and I'm only bringing out facts. A lot of people, this is how I know what I'm saying is real. A lot of people that want to kind of refute what I'm saying have no experience reading charts, and also really don't even know what they're talking about. It's opinion based. So let me actually break down the facts. We know that a square in astrology is a 90-degree angle between planets, and squares represent outside influences. Well, what squares do we have now? We have Saturn, which is authority, which is limitations, which are rules. In Aquarius, the collective air sign, which represents you, me, and everybody else. And what has happened when Saturn was there? We had limitations on social distancing. This is facts. We have these people thinking they're slick, that they can censor us. When David Icke posts videos and you guys think you can magically delete it because he's telling the truth, like we not onto you. Yes, we see you, Saturn, and you're gonna have to go to trial. Neptune, you're gonna have to go to trial. Pluto, why are you behind all of the sickest people? You going to trial too. So, we're gonna have these galactic affairs, sorted out when Pluto goes in Aquarius, and I'm ranting a little bit, but we do know Saturn is in Aquarius, and this Aquarian aspect retrograde is now reevaluating all the stuff that we've been beta tested on, because if you don't know, this populace is an experiment, and there's an experiment being run on us. Aquarius is the lab, it's the science lab where you conduct experiments from the collective, okay? And it is incorporating a Saturn that came out of Capricorn. And if you don't know, Saturn is materialization, Saturn is material existence. Capricorn is literally the engineering of energy from Sagittarius into matter. This is not up to a debate. So when we had the H1N1 pandemic that had Jupiter and Pluto in Cancer, and then we had the H3N2 pandemic, whether that's the same right one in 1968 that had Pluto and Jupiter in Virgo, okay? There was no Saturn there because this was not man-made. But Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto were in Capricorn. This is proof that this shit is planned. Okay, engineered, you either know it or you're still like sucking the dick of sources that are lying to you. And I'm sorry if I'm passionate, but it just blows my mind how you can present truth and facts to people and you tell them 2 + 2 = 4 and they're like, well, I don't like the source that says it. Bitch, 2 + 2 still equals 4. Are you kidding me? But anyway, you have this square with Saturn and Uranus, okay? And Saturn is representing the reevaluation retrograding back into Capricorn so they can know how to plan better, okay? And this is letting you know what this Aquarius mean? Collective opinion, groupthink. And it's squaring the uniqueness of the individual. Taurus is your individual self. It's your individual values that's innovating. It's the value that is innovating for you to feel more confident than ever. And what is it squaring? It's squaring this very traditional, normative, not mature, just at 1 degree Saturn in Aquarius. I'm not trying to set up Saturn to be the bad guy because you can see a bad side of Uranus and a good side of Saturn. But what's very important to know is that there is a conversation and dialogue happening where outside influences concerning the collective forces, okay, Aquarius, that govern the rules and limitations that censor things, Saturn, is coming into individual, unique, innovative, independent, real Taurus research, genius, channeling. And so that's why with Neptune and Pisces square Gemini, you're seeing this news get suppressed and you're seeing aspects of your own personal experience get shitted on by opinions, by knowledge that's not really knowledge because it comes from beliefs, not personal experience. So that's all I have to say. Don't be fooled, my friends. The moon in Aquarius is going to put you on, and it's going to prepare you to download knowledge that comes straight from the source of the universe. I don't know about you, but I get my source from the universe, okay? Whether people want to discredit astrology or not, doesn't matter, all right? You've had experience doing this. I've had way more experience doing this than people who want to act like what I do is pseudoscientific. You're not getting to me. You're preaching to the choir. You're not getting to me. You're not getting to the $1 billion vibe tribe. We know what's up. We're the revolutionaries bringing this back. Thank you very much. Okay, what's poppin'? And get this, my friends, it gets even better. Some people will trust man-made written sources with people who only have their limited experience than a universal source that has existed way beyond you, has written everything in the stars, and knows what's happening in deep space. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Moon is in Aquarius. Trust the universe. Stop trusting in these PhD, master's degree sciences. They only have their own experience and piece of the puzzle. You need to take it with a grain of salt. I'm giving you everything I'm telling you from the greatest source. Astrology is the one true science. Forget all this fake science, fake news that you've been taught. You're about to really come into the true truth. And don't take my word for it. You'll know.
Bitch, I be smoking every minute. You know. Yeah, bitch, I be smoking every minute. Fight boss, you can tell I'm lifted. Fight boss, you can tell I'm lifted. Oh yeah.
Today's daily word is as follows. I know the truth. I know the truth. You could even jiggy with it when you say it. I know the truth. And that's all I got for you today. And until tomorrow, peace.